Thank you very much. So I know that people are gradually coming down from their training rooms and the different parts of the event that have been happening this week, and we are here in the closing ceremony. I would like to just take this moment to remind you all that out of respect, there will be no applause or photographs during this afternoon's session. So the first person that we'll be hearing from this afternoon is James Walsh, Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary from the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs from the US Department of State.
Thank you, Joanne. Well, before I begin, I would like to take a moment to echo the condolences on behalf of President Biden, Vice President Harris, Secretary Blinken, on the passing of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. His vision and strong leadership are witnessed here today through this incredible gathering of professionals working together to help improve our global substance use crisis. As Secretary Blinken said yesterday, we truly mourn his passing, honor his legacy, and remain committed to our steadfast friendship and cooperation with the United Arab Emirates. Thank you. So this ISIP conference, it really was a long time in the making. Our hosts and partners have worked tirelessly through the challenges of working entirely through virtual means for nearly 2 years to organize this meeting and bring it to such a productive set of outcomes. So let me start by saying that I'm really honored to be here. So many people you could have picked just to give your speech, so thank you very much. I truly am humbled. And I know it's been a great week. So your important work really over the years and our work in the conference, it's really supported by this impressive array of expertise and professionals that gather. But I do want to start extending some of my appreciation and special thanks to some very key people. First, let me start with the National Rehabilitation Center. It was led by, of course, His Excellency Dr. Hamad Al-Ghari, my friend. Thank you very much. And to Isip, Joanna, for your leadership. She's disappeared into the darkness. She's somewhere. Thank you for your leadership. For bringing this conference all together. There's a lot of other people that we have to thank, and so many, but I do want to recognize, of course, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. You provide those international standards in substance use prevention, treatment, and recovery guidance, and that support so critical around the globe. My friends from the Colombo Plan, thank you very much for your advocacy. Of course, we also have the Organization of American States, CCAD. Your leadership in the region and for the training throughout is very much appreciated. And the African Union, thank you for your leadership. And in the United States, we have the Community of Anti-Drug Coalition of America, which I hope to see again in July. And of course, we have the International Consortium of University of Drug Demand Reduction, universities. Without you all, we can't not expend this knowledge to the real professionals in our universities and in our hospitals. Last but not least, I do want to thank my good friend who I've been a colleague with. I know I'm your boss, but Brian Morales. I still consider you a friend. And the drug demand team here in the United States, INL. Many of you know him. He's really been instrumental behind the scenes for making this all fruitful. So let's talk about this conference, and let's talk about a little bit of ISSUP, Joanne. Hope you don't mind. So over the years, we have, and as you know, I've been watching and I've participated in the past, seen your organization grow steadily. Your membership, the way you bring together global communities, the way you promote training professionals in the field. So as you know, ISSUP just not only brings people together from multiple disciplines, that include healthcare workers, educators, researchers, policymakers, administrators, many of you, brings this network of networks together that we have to come together to figure out the policy all the way down to that individual element when someone's holding somebody's hand and giving them a little bit of hope to keep fighting. Throughout that whole cycle, we all have to work together. So, the United States, as you know, is a strong supporter of ISSUP. We certainly benefit from it. ISIP is wisely consulted by our addiction experts. Of course, we're not first. We rank second to Brazil. So in Brazil, if you want to quietly raise your hand, give it a thumbs up, congratulations, you're first. You lead the efforts on working with the ISIP website. So congratulations to all of you for such a successful conference. Your mission is my mission. I want to promote the evidence-based, high-quality, and ethical policy and practice. You've seen through this week, ISIP provides opportunities for training, education, and credentialing, and facilitates the collaboration of professionals, not only in the physical space, but increasingly in the digital space. Boy, has this been important. ISIP has been in place for the past 2 years, ensuring that webinars are relevant to the challenges in the work of professionals looking to prevent and treat substance use disorders. And so in light of this pandemic, that work could have not been more timely. And to all you national chapters out there that have fought through the pandemic, kept it going, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging in there, for giving people hope. I really encourage everyone out there to continue to take full advantage of your ISIP website and continue these important conversations. So these activities you've been involved in this week, of course, they reflect on continuing innovation and commitment. There's a few I want to highlight that are particular to the State Department that I witnessed while I've been here. Of course, the dissemination of specialized training and programs that prevent and treat those with substance disorders. That specialized training is so critical. And I was really excited to see the launch of this new international consortium of quality. We have to have quality in our work. Of course, one of my favorites, we've assembled youth from over a dozen countries. I don't know if youth are in the room, but if you want to quietly raise your hand, you can. So nice. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your personal stories of what motivated you to come here. Truly inspiring. So I want to talk about the purpose of this training. It's not only to train our clinical staff, but also we want to prepare those to seek professional credentials. So I was really grateful to join the Global Center for Credential and Certification this afternoon and hear the progress that you've made. So we're all here and we share a common purpose. We want to protect public health, promote the right tools, which we know can lead to people into a long-term recovery. We have a common purpose. And boy, do we need it. As you know, the opioid crisis has hit my country, the United States, particularly hard. Last year, unfortunately, our new statistics show that 105 Americans were killed through drug abuse. 105,000. Of course, we're not alone. 36 million worldwide suffer from drug use. You've seen these statistics. Of course, each and every one of these statistics, as you know, there's a name behind it, and there's a tragic story of loss. So that's why I say this is not just a U.S. crisis. This is really a global issue, and it needs global solutions. None of us have all the answers. We need each other. From my perspective, I see drug use, treatment, and prevention. It's not only a health issue, it's also a national security one. From a policy perspective, my role is to highlight the critical importance of this issue and how it's interconnected with the crime related to drugs, the violence, the economic costs, the community loss. All these are tied together, and we see these as national security. Of course, we know that drug use is a preventable and treatable disease, and that the drug trade that's out there threatens country stability, and many countries are requesting technical assistance to improve and develop effective policies aimed at reducing that use. So over time, through the development of science around addiction and treatment, We have a much better sense of what works, what does not, and although our courses we are still learning, thanks in large part to you all and the efforts of this organization here, we have plans and we have way forward. In the United States, we're trying to be a voice for these effective, evidence-based, balanced approach. This use of evidence generally in international meetings and groups, especially with countries that are questioning the policy that we established for drugs back in 2016. And we need to get back to that balanced approach. We need to hold tight to that. Our voice is impactful. It's more impactful when we're not alone. We hope that you, whether you're a government official, expert practitioner, NGO leader, somebody that works within your government or not, encourage you to join our voice. It's another way to protect and support your patients and other stakeholders. So let me wrap up by saying how truly humbly honored I am to be here. I come here for selfish reasons. I get motivated when I meet you all. It's frustrating, isn't it, to be out there fighting the bureaucracy, fighting the policy, going after those resources. So rely on each other. Use this conference, use these relationships that you just established. Hang on to them. Keep fighting. We look forward to continue building these partnerships around the world. We can win them. We can fight this crisis. We thank you. I truly thank you for your energy, your passion, your commitment, and I wish you all the best. Godspeed.
Thank you very much. They were beautiful and motivating words, I think, for all of us. Next, we'll be hearing from Jimena Kalowski, Chief of the Drug Demand Reduction Unit of CCAD, representing Ambassador Adam Nam, Executive Secretary of the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission of the Organization of American States. Thank you, Jimena.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Jimena Kalowski. I'm the Chief of the Demand Reduction Unit of the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission, known CCAD. CCAD is the consultative and advisory body of the Organization of American States on the drug issue. It serves as a forum for Organization of American States member states to discuss and find solutions to the drug problem, and provides them technical assistance to increase their capacity to counter the drug problem. First, our condolences to the people of United Arab Emirates for the passing of the President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan in May 13. I'm pleased to participate in this closing ceremony of the ISSUP annual conference. The conference has ended, and we are convinced that it has reached its goal, uniting the global community to face the challenge of addiction. I would like to thank ISAP and the host organizations in Abu Dhabi, the National Rehabilitation Center, NRC, Dr. Hamad, along with the International Consortium of Universities for Drug Demand Reduction, ICUDDR, and the U.S. Department of State Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, INL, to bring together this global in-person and online event. In the framework of this multi-regional and multicultural conference, we have had excellent panelists in the sub-plenaries, brilliant keynote speakers, and outstanding training and workshops, allowing a rich interchange of ideas, experiences, and best practices among the participants based in scientific evidence and powered by the drug addiction science. In particular, representatives of universities from Latin America participated in several sub-plenaries, invited by CICAD as the Regional Coordination Center of the ICUDDR for Latin America and the Caribbean. And also, we had participation in sub-plenaries related to alternatives to incarceration systems and the treatment intervention for persons with substance use disorders who are in contact with the criminal justice system. In addition, during the global ISSUP national chapters, CICAD organized a prevention roundtable with the Latin American national chapters. In collaboration with the African Union and Colombo Plan, CICAD organized the global dialogue in demand reduction with the objective of exchanging knowledge and best practices between the regions. During this international event, CICAD delivered a training in the Universal Curriculum for the Treatment of Adolescents with Substance Use Disorders, with participants from Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Finally, CICAD co-organized with the Colombo Plan the Global Youth Forum on Drug Use Prevention. At CICAD, we are pleased to see that the results of this conference are aligned with our fundamental guidance, the OAS Hemispheric Drug Strategy and its corresponding plan of action, 2021-2025. These documents reflect the constructive understanding of the most pressing drug-related challenges in the Americas, together with approaches for prioritizing action to address them. Also, our member states were recently evaluating through CICAD's multilateral evaluation mechanism on measures of drug prevention, treatment, and recovery support included in the plan of action. Finally, I want to thank the warm reception of the people of Abu Dhabi. May everyone return safely to their respective countries. See you soon at the next conference, and I say goodbye in my own language. Muchas gracias, amigos. Thank you very much, friends. Espero verlos pronto. I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimena. We will be next hearing from Mrs. Sise Mariama Mohammed, the Director from the Department of Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development, representing His Excellency Ambassador Manata Sasume Samate, Commissioner for Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development from the African Union.
Thank you. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the African Union Commission joined the people of the United Arab Emirates in mourning the passing of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates. Distinguished participants, we have now come to the closing of the 7th ISSUP Conference on Drug Demand Reduction, focusing on uniting the global economy to face the challenge of addiction in this beautiful city of Abu Dhabi. Throughout the last few days and throughout various training and workshops held concurrently, deliberation and consultation have clearly highlighted the need to deepen our understanding of substance use disorder and treatment and investment in the development of a cadre of prevention and treatment professionals. This global event could not have come at a better time for continued professional development of our people and to share knowledge and experiences in the prevention and treatment of substance use disorder, especially among young people and adolescents in Africa. Harnessing the demographic dividend remains central to realizing African aspiration for socio-economic transformation and is fundamental to reducing youth vulnerability and maximize human capital. The Commission of the African Union welcomes the insight, collective wisdom, and experience provided by the delegates in the resolution passed and decision made at this conference. I have no doubt that this ISSUP conference provided a conducive forum where substance use prevention, treatment, and recovering professionals interacted, and explored opportunities for collaboration. This conference provided training opportunity and offer credential to individuals interested in learning more about substance use disorder and drug demand reduction. It also delivers opportunity for sharing evidence-based information on substance use research. On Thursday, we launched the Global Dialogue on Drug Demand Reduction between Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean as a testimony of collective effort to resolve concerted action to common problems. The dialogue is an impetus for continued intercontinental discourse on how to implement robust, evidence-informed policy for drug use prevention, treatment, and care. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, allow me to sincerely thank the government and the people of United Arab Emirates for generously hosting the conference, for the courtesies and hospitality extended, and for the excellent facilities which were put to our disposal. I especially commend the National Rehabilitation Center under the leadership of Dr. Hamad El-Ghafri for organizing this conference. In a special way, I would like also to thank the ISSUP Secretariat, the United States government, through the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs and the International Consortium of Universities in Drug Demand Reduction for all the support rendered in this organization of the conference. I also acknowledge the effort of other stakeholders present, including the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime, the World Health Organization, the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission, as well as international and regional organizations. Thanks to your deliberation and collective vision, we are already well prepared, but there still remains considerable work to be done. Thank you all for the work achieved. Let us leave this conference with a resolve to continue our collective journey with a shared vision where our people have evidence-based prevention and treatment opportunity. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. We will now hearing from Dr. Benjamin Reyes from the Colombo Plan, who is the Secretary General. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I begin, on behalf of Colombo Plan and its member countries, allow me to express our deepest sympathies to the people of United Arab Emirates for the loss of your respected leader, President Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed. The world mourns with UAE. He will be greatly remembered and truly missed. Excellencies at the head table, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I'd like to thank the organizers of this event, officials and members of ISSUP, ICUDDR, SICAD, OAS, of course, our partners from the INL, US State Department, the UAE government, and finally, the National Rehabilitation Center, headed by our good friend, Dr. Ahmad. It has been an excellent conference in the past 3 days. It has been an honor and a privilege for me to have participated in this conference and to share my thoughts with you. As some of you would know, I have participated in previous conferences of ISUP and have familiarized myself with most of our mutual concerns with regards to the campaign to address the drug problem. Today, I'm here as the 8th Secretary General of Colombo Plan, a responsibility that gives me greater opportunity to serve all member countries of the organization and expand partnerships in substance use prevention, treatment, and recovery support. As we've heard in the conference, Drug concerns are increasing in the world, as about 500,000 deaths are related to substance use. It's an issue that touches every community globally. And as the theme of our this year's conference, Uniting the Global Community to Face Challenges of Addiction, suggests, this is an issue that calls for coordinated global efforts. Which brings me to the role of Colombo Plan on these matters. Colombo Plan, since it was established in 1951, has expanded its membership to 28 countries, extending originally from the Commonwealth countries to the non-Commonwealth countries, regional blocs like the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, and countries in the Asia-Pacific. The Colombo Plan oversaw the assistance to its member states in the post-World War II development efforts in reestablishing infrastructure facilities. To date, these major infrastructure facilities remain as witness to the huge contribution of Colombo Plan to member state development. Currently, the Colombo Plan is active in providing programs concerning dangerous drug use and abuse, gender affairs, capacity-building initiatives, global warming, and the environment. But of course, the Drug Advisory Program is currently the flagship program. Established in 1973 to address the growing problem of substance use and trafficking concerns among its member states, it has spearheaded pioneering activities like the Universal Treatment and Universal Prevention Curriculum programs, the Global Credentialing and Certification Program, drug profiling activities, as well as support to capacity-building activities for the youth, the health, and the enforcement sector. Working in close coordination with the U.S. State Department, INL, and our development partners, the DAP, the Drug Advisory Program, has implemented drug demand reduction initiatives across 79 countries worldwide, with activities ranging from drug advocacies, education dissemination, technical assistance, capacity building, and promotion of professional development for substance use disorder professionals. At the height of the COVID pandemic, online platforms were developed to continue to provide 61 capacity building activities in 36 countries. Similarly, the Global Center for Credentialing and Certification, or the GCCC, established to professionalize addiction management, was able to certify around 2,000 ICAP professionals across 74 countries. Through the engagement of professionals, policymakers, donors, and its commissioners, the GCCC is on a continuous path to ensure that those seeking services for substance use disorders receive the highest quality of services that will lead to a life of good health and recovery. In fact, some of our highly reputable and professional speakers who participated in this conference this week are products of this effort. Pursuing evidence-based initiatives and sharing of experiences in the field of substance use prevention, control, treatment, and recovery support will assure our continued leadership in the global fight against the drug menace, in line with the UN General Assembly Political Declaration and Action Plan on Dangerous Drugs. Allow me to reiterate our sincere and heartfelt thanks to the knowledgeable and committed ISSUP officers and members and co-organizers of this activity. I'm sure every participant will bring home knowledge and skills that will help enhance efforts to curb concerns on dangerous drugs. I'm happy to have listened to you and have learned how Colombo Plan can make itself more efficient and more helpful to all of your initiatives. I'm confident that collectively we can work together to unite the global community towards our shared goals. So until the next conference, congratulations everyone. Have a safe trip back home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I just want to extend our thanks for the role that the international organisations, the collaborating organisers of this event, and those that have been running trainings and side events, our partner organisations. I really want to thank you for the role that you've played in this event and your contribution to it, so it's much appreciated. So now I'll be handing over to Melody Heaps, who is the chair of ISSUP, to introduce the next section. Thank you, Melody.
This is a somber moment. On behalf of ISIP, the board, the national chapters, all of its members, and our partner organization, ICU-DDR, we express our deep condolences on the passing of His Royal Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. It is at this moment that we realize we lose those who have vision, those who have cared, those who have created something. And we also recognize there are those in our field that have given us inspiration, from whom we have learned, whom we have taught, who have been part of our healing community. And we have a moment now to recognize those that we have lost. If we can move on now to those, there we go. I would ask that those of us who are in this room, in recognition of His Royal Highness, spend a moment in quiet contemplation, thinking about what the United Arab Emirates has lost, and of course, what we all in our partnerships and colleagues have lost. May Allah Almighty give him eternal peace, and may the United Arab Emirates people patience and solace. Thank you.
Thank you, Melody. We'll be handing over now to Livia Edgar, who is the Deputy Director of ISSUP, to go through a program that we run which brings recognition to the work that is happening on the ground and the individuals and organisations that are undertaking it. I'd like to just remind you all that we won't be doing the presentations this afternoon and would like to respect by no clapping. Thank you.
We are pleased to present this year's ISIP Awards in 5 different categories to individuals and organizations who have excelled in drug demand reduction. In addition to the ISIP Evidence-Based Drug Demand Reduction Initiative Award, the ISIP Local Drug Demand Reduction Initiative Award for the Middle Eastern region, the ISIP Services to Drug Demand Reduction in Lifetime Achievement Award, we are proud to announce 2 new ISIP awards this year: the Award for Excellence in Training Provision and the Outstanding Contribution to ISIP Award. We're pleased to announce that ECOLINK Institute of Wellness, led by Dr. Thomas Scaria, has been selected as the recipient of the Excellence in Training Provision ISIP Award for having trained the most trainees and brought them forward for the ICAP credentialing examination. We, together with our partners, take this great achievement as an inspiration for all of our training providers to work towards our common goal of building global drug demand reduction capacity through training, professionalizing, and expanding the prevention, treatment, and recovery support workforce. This year, we are also pleased to present awards to the ISIP members that have most actively contributed to our website. The Outstanding Contribution to ISIP Award celebrates the ISIP members who have added the most resources to our website. It is my pleasure to announce the winners of the Outstanding Contribution to ISIP Award: Dr. José Luis Vasquez Martinez and Ms. Saima Ashkar. Dr. José Luis Vasquez Martinez is a demand reduction specialist at the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission, CCAT. Dr. Vasquez Martinez has tremendously contributed to the development of the content of the ISSUP website by publishing and posting over 800 resources, articles, and network posts. Ms. Saima Ashkar serves as the General Secretary of MA Jinnah Foundation. She's also the Executive Director of New Life Rehab Center and serves on the board of ISIP Pakistan Directors. Ms. Ashkar has contributed to the wealth of information on the ISIP website by sharing articles and insights from the drug demand reduction field in Pakistan. We have received an impressive suite of applications for this year's Evidence-Based Drug Demand Reduction Initiative Award. The award celebrates drug demand reduction initiatives, including projects, programs, and campaigns from around the world that are evidence-based and further the cause of prevention, treatment, and recovery support. This year's finalists include the Laboratory for Prevention Research, PrevLab, Claremont Graduate University Certificate of Advanced Study in Prevention Science with an emphasis on media-based prevention. Awareness in a caring community, improving the capacity of the system of drug use disorders treatment services to provide ethical, evidence-based, and humane treatment to persons with drug use disorders in Tanga, Tanzania. Socio Emocionante, a virtual prevention program on developing social and emotional skills for young people. Urja, a peer-led intervention for child-friendly, drug-free communities. And the International Program in Addiction Studies, IPAS. For the runner-up award in this category, an addiction studies program has been selected with a mission to offer students cross-cultural exposure to critical prevention, treatment, and research and policy issues. Through distance learning technologies, speed up the dissemination of the latest international addictions-related knowledge, and with a mission to help students compare international perspectives and translate this knowledge into more effective demand reduction practices and evidence-based policies within their own countries. There are currently 35 students residing in 13 different countries participating in this program. Since 2009, the program has graduated 127 students from 26 countries on 6 continents, many of whom are innovative leaders in the field of substance abuse prevention, treatment, and policy. In addition, 13 students have received certificates. The runner-up for the Evidence-Based Drug Demand Reduction Initiative goes to International Program in Addiction Studies, IPAS, a joint initiative of Virginia Commonwealth University, King's College London, and the University of Adelaide. The program that has been selected for the Evidence-Based Drug Demand Reduction Initiative Award, the winner of this award, aims to introduce trainees to theories of health psychology and prevention science. It provides trainees with the necessary background to appreciate the special features of media-based prevention science. Trainees leave the training with a media-based substance use prevention and evaluation plan that is ready to implement in their communities. Trainees form a cadre of well-educated fellow prevention specialists from their area of the world whom they will interact with in their prevention efforts. To date, the program has trained and certified 35 professionals. The program's alumni continue to work in the field, developing programs, campaigns, and training other professionals in the effective and evidence-based use of media for prevention. The professionals are from 13 countries, including Botswana, Ghana, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Barbados, Colombia, Peru, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Tunisia, South Africa, and Brazil. The winner of the Evidence-Based Drug Demand Reduction Initiative Award is Claremont Graduate University Certificate of Advanced Study in Prevention Science with an emphasis on media-based prevention. It is a program of the Health Psychology and Prevention Science Institute of Claremont Graduate University under the leadership of William Crano. On this slide, you can see the team of the certificate program under the director, William Crano. Next up is the ISIP Local Drug Demand Reduction Initiative Award. This year, the award celebrates projects in the drug demand reduction field that have had an impact at the national level in the Middle East. The objectives of this year's winning program include the social reintegration of female substance users, offering the support to women and girls to become skilled and independent, to help women and girls build their capacity, and to provide them with job opportunities and encourage a healthy lifestyle. This year's Local Drug Demand Reduction Initiative Award goes to Nusroto Ala Nasheed Association, led by Rima Sadeh Turk. We will now present our final award category, the Services to Drug Demand Reduction Award. This award honors individuals for their outstanding contribution to drug demand reduction at the local, national, and international level. The runner-up in this category is awarded to an individual who has 40 years of experience in the field of drug demand reduction. In 2008, she assumed the role of General Director of Centros de Integración Juvenil, CIJ, in Mexico. She has co-authored more than 20 books, and has written 30 publications for national and international scientific journals. She is member of the editorial board of the Journal of Substance Use and executive editor of the International Journal of Addiction Research. She is the coordinator and has served as panelist and instructor at the CIGA International Congress on Addictions. And she's the president of the national chapter in Mexico. This year's runner-up for services to drug demand reduction Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Dr. Carmen Fernandez Cázares, the General Director of Centros de Integración Juvenil, CIJ, and President of Isip Mexico. The winner of the Services to Drug Demand Reduction Lifetime Achievement Award led the National Institute on Drug Abuse NIDA international program for 22 years, providing exceptional service and leadership in the drug demand reduction field in 3 interrelated areas: research funding, building capacity, and information exchange. The winner of the award helped NIDA craft funding opportunities supporting more than 100 research grants in 40 countries. He expanded NIDA involvement in the State Department Humphrey Fellowship, added new research exchange program, and created postdoctoral fellowships. The annual NIDA International Forum has grown in length, attendance, and impact due to his leadership. The winner of the Services to Drug Demand Reduction Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Dr. Steve Gust, former NIDA International Program Director. On behalf of ISSUP and our partners, I would like to thank all awardees for their invaluable contributions to the drug demand reduction field and for championing evidence-based practice. We wish them all the best for their future endeavors. I would like to thank the award committee for their fantastic support in the selection process, and my colleagues Barbara Correa and Olivia Woodrow for their exceptional help and support in the award process. Thank you. This concludes the 2022 ISSUP Award presentation.
Thank you, Livia, and thanks again to everybody who applied and to our runners-up and winners. So going on alongside the activities this week has been the 3rd Global Youth Forum to build and maintain a youth network in substance use prevention. With 55 delegates, we have to make their declaration Khalid Al-Blushi from the UAE. So if you'd like to come and represent your youth forum. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, those are sad times, so our condolences to you all. We, the youth of the world, representing 37 countries, assembled here in Abu Dhabi from 12th to 16th of May, here at ADNEC, to deliberate the problem of substance use and develop an action plan for youth. The 3rd Global Forum for Youth Leaders on Drug Use Prevention, go forth, organized by the National Rehabilitation Center, United Arab Emirates, and Colombo Plan Drug Advisory Program in partnership with Bureau of International Narcotics Law Enforcement Affairs. Also with U.S. Department of State and Inter-American Drug Abuse Central Control Commission of the Organization of American States. The delegates of the 3rd Global Forum for Youth Leaders makes the following statements. We commit to lead a healthy life and serve as role models for other young people in our communities, countries, and around the world. Further, us, the delegates, note that the increasingly number of demographics in the world makes it impossible to discuss the future and the future development plan framework on substance use prevention without taking into account young people's needs, aspirations, challenges. And the delegates believe that it's vital to be recognized as partners in developing and implementing substance use prevention strategies and incorporating their concerns in all aspects of planning implementation. Our action plan include strengthening substance use prevention in our countries by involving more youth in various levels, carrying out awareness programs among our own peers, schools, universities, and communities, linking the government service projects and referring affected ones to appropriate treatment. The delegates, us, demand that young people to be meaningfully engaged in substance use prevention strategies and policies because they believe it is essential and it will create a pathway to contribute to a social and economic development to their communities, countries, and regions. The delegates recognize the importance of contribution of youth in substance use prevention strategies and the need to build the capacity amongst young youth in prevention initiatives. The delegates call on the following recommendation. Their governments and other relevant ministries to integrate and promote positive youth development in the national framework and system. Their government, civil society organization, and international organizations to recognize and support global youth work in substance use prevention, strengthening our forum and its activities, and work independently under the existing network of government-approved youth movements. The National Rehabilitation Center and Drug Advisory Program to organize Go Forth once every 2 years. The Drug Advisory Program to support global youth in development of resources, skills, and partnership to create youth leaders in substance use prevention. The Rehabilitation Center, the National Rehabilitation Center, and the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs to fund the Go Forth to be held once in 2 years to ensure the continuity of relevant programs. Also, we call on the National Rehabilitation Center and Drug Advisory Program to strengthen our youth network and establishing an alumni network of global regional youth forums for youth leaders on substance use prevention to facilitate the sharing knowledge and experiences on the topic amongst the youth in participating countries and with their respective regional intergovernment organization. Our last call is the National Rehabilitation Center and the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs to provide necessary resources to us. All of the above-mentioned organizations and other relevant stakeholders to consider financially supporting youth-led initiatives in substance use prevention and promoting healthy youth engagement as means of strengthening positive youth development to our communities. As our convener, Ms. Dechen, says, the phrase youth are the leaders of tomorrow and youth are the leaders of today held no significance in the absence of our opportunity to lead, which is totally true, and I totally believe in it. If youth are not included in processes, youth will not be leaders of tomorrow or today. As partners, teachers, lawmakers, service providers, and citizens, it is our responsibility to provide young people with the choice to work in partnership with us, all of us, and give them the voice where they lack the voice. Listen to them where they need to have a voice, and involve them in solving the problems that they face, because their future starts today, and their today starts now, and their now starts at this moment. So yes, we take charge of our future with this declaration, as our future starts today, our today starts now, and our now starts at this moment. At the end, I would like to say that we all endorse this document to be delivered to all relevant authorities. And thank you all.
Thank you, and thank you to the Youth Forum for bringing your energy and your contribution to the event. So now I'd like to welcome Melody Heaps again, ISSUP's chair, to make our statement of thanks on behalf of ISSUP.
Thank you, Joanna. I have to tell you, I am here today and I look at this room as I did the first day, and I can't quite grasp what is happening. There's a certain awesomeness to it. I remember that it felt like something was happening, but I couldn't put my words to it. And I was sitting in the front with this lovely woman from, I believe, the National Rehabilitation Center, and people were starting the program and speaking in Arabic, and she leaned over to me and she said, "Is it annoying that you don't understand?" And I said to her, "You know something? I thought that would be the case, but it's not. I'm literally uplifted by what is being said, even though I could not tell you or define the words. There was something happening. It was as if we all spoke the same language. And day after day, workshop after workshop, subplenary after subplenary, side meetings, we speak the same language. I don't care if you're from Sri Lanka, from the state of Texas, from Great Britain, from Chile. It doesn't matter. We are speaking the same language. And it is so comforting and overwhelming, and I am so appreciative of what is happening. Speaking of being appreciative, I don't think you can quite understand the degree to which the work that has gone on to produce this conference has been overwhelming. And we must acknowledge and say thank you to Dr. Hamad and your extraordinary leadership team at the National Rehabilitation Center. I was on some phone calls for the last, seems to me, 10 years planning this program. And the work that your team has done has been absolutely superb. And we as ISIP are so proud to be a partner of yours and so very grateful to feel like we are part of your family now. And I really, really want to thank you, sir. I also want to thank our partner, ICUDDR, and our just retired director, Kim Johnson, who is chair of the program committee. She is not with us. The new director, Kevin Mulvey, is here. He started, I believe, May 1st. This is his first order of business, and I can only imagine the work that has gone on and how exhausting he must be. But Kim, our previous director, absolutely helped in the program chairmanship, and it was absolutely wonderful. I also obviously cannot say enough about Joanna Travis-Roberts and the ISIP team that has worked tirelessly on putting this together. I've called them often and said, how are you doing? Are you going okay? And they know that I have annoyed them more than once with, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? I'm lost. I can't find places. So you've been wonderful, and the team is really extraordinary. And I have to say, Mr. Walsh, that as a United States citizen, I am so proud of the work that you are doing with regard to drug demand reduction. And it is such a pleasure to know that you have supported this work. And it is also extraordinarily wonderful to be a team player with Brian Morales, who has really, really helped guide us in so many things. So thank you very, very much. But the person I really, really, really want to thank, the person that deserves all of the thanks, is you. Every single one of you. I hope you understand the work that you have done has produced healing, reduced harm, given people solace, given people hope. And you have done that. Whether you are a counselor, whether you are a researcher, whether you are a prevention counselor, whether you're a teacher, you have dedicated your life to doing that. And it has made a difference. I was talking to someone I ran into from Greece, and we were talking about the struggles. Oh, it's awfully hard, and we have to fight bureaucracy, and we don't have money, and we are overwhelmed by the clients that we see. And she said, and yes, you know, the thing we have to do is self-care. And I thought, that's true. And one of the pieces of self-care is to acknowledge with pride and humility that you have done such wonderful work, that you have touched the mother who lost her son or daughter to an overdose. You have helped heal and brought hope to people who have been ravaged by substance use disorders. It is a wonderful thing you're doing. You have helped heal the broken of this world, and I thank you for that. There is a Catholic theologian, Teilhard de Chardin, who has written a prayer that I think translates to all languages and all faiths. And I would like to read a piece of that for you. This is what we are about. We plant seeds that one day will grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. We lay foundations that will need further development. We provide yeast that produces effects beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in that. This enables us to do something and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for God's grace to enter and do the rest. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are workers, not master builders, ministers, not messiahs. May the higher power that has created us guide you safely home. Till we meet again, I thank you.
Thank you, Melody. And I would now like to hand over to our gracious hosts, the Director General of NRC, His Excellency Dr. Hamad Al-Ghafri.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to seize this opportunity to express on behalf of the all attendants of the ISSUP conference our deepest condolences on the passing of the late President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and to thank you all for your understanding. I know very well that it was such a strategy that's happened And at the same time, we yesterday stopped all of us seeing what's going on and what is the next step. And on that occasion, really, I'd like to extend my deep thanks for Melody, for her understanding, and a word that she said for me, I won't forget it at all, and I kept saying for my colleagues. She said, Dr. Hamad, if you'd like to stop the conference, I will stop it immediately. Well, that kind of word, I actually took it for the higher level in the protocols, and they are understanding. They said, well, they are our guests. They are here to serve the human being, and they are here. They came all over the world for the science and for the education and training and learn from each other and experience. So please go ahead. Go ahead and continue with a low profile and share the knowledge and expertise. So thanks a lot again, Melody, for your understanding, and thanks for all of you actually to be with us within Abu Dhabi, within the United Arab Emirates. You are all our guests. Today, I was astonished actually. I'm not going to read from the paper that they wrote it for me, but I was astonished when I saw our colleagues, our young and future leaders from the youth. When Mr. Khalid, the representative, talk, and maybe some of them, you didn't notice that they were all standing in the back. Honestly, we should stand respecting them on their whatever they said and whatever they saw. You are here, all of us, if I ask everybody standing, respecting our future leaders and had ourselves to protect their future and to work supporting them. Mr. Khalid said, please, have a seat. Mr. Khalid again said that they are committed to work with their own government, committed to had the sake of support and the fund in the future. So from our side, I met with them, with His Excellency, the Colombo Plan Secretary General, and we have grouped together, both of us, to have that initiative to be continued. This is an initiative. Today you will be learning, passing the knowledge for others. Tomorrow you will be the leaders. Day after you will be in our positions. And later on, you will be having our pictures, as our colleagues showed just now. This is the life. We have to pass on that message to you. We have to make sure that there's a continuity of that, program. Future-wise, we can say you are the ambassadors of not only the ISSUP, but the Global Ambassador Program. We could initiate it. We could work on it. Brian, Your Excellency, in initiating an initial annual fund to support this kind of initiatives and make sure that future-wise, this continuation is there. Today we are having more than 65 individuals from different parts of the world. Future-wise, we could make it even more and more. We could differentiate in our field, differentiate in our specialities within. Many thanks for. I don't want only to thank the people who work on that conference for the past 3 years. So many work have been done. I know very well from the ISAP, from the ICUDDR, a lot of meetings which I attended, some and some not. Some meeting I told them just I'm waiting for the budget. Once you finish the budget, let me know. And it took them a while to do that. Then I was challenging my team. But honestly, this is at the end of the day where we say this is the collaborative work. As Melody said in her talk, we are human beings, so we need to work for our own, for our families. We need to work for our future humanities. So thank you all for what you have done. And really, we feel proud that at the end of the day, you had a very good conference in its production with its result. People are astonished on the whatever been attending from all over the world. We are really proud of you. And really just to thank at the end of the day, I learned the other days, my team, they said, Dr. Hamad, you are not thanking us. Why? I said, because we are the same family. We all work together. But this time, if you allow me and excuse me for the last 22nd minute, you know. I'll be thanking Dr. Tariq Abdul Gawad. He's the director of the medical administration, and he's working all the time. So Dr. Tariq, Dr. Samia, she's the director of executive medical administration in the NRC. She didn't sit. Every time I just text her, go and sit, she said no. She's working hard time, you know. Mr. Ali Al-Kaabi, I know he gives you hard time, especially on the issues of the relationships and, you know, the transportation and the rest of the issues. But Mr. Ali didn't sleep for the past 4 or 5 days. Dr. Hassan, one of our PhD, he's a full professor. Also, he's working hard. And Shaima, the rest of my team at the back, really thanks a lot for having this kind of conference. And the ladies are sitting saying, how about us? So please stand up in the front of all. Al-Anud, Marwa, and Mariam, and Mariam. So basically, these are an examples of people who work and having, at the end of the day, their mission to pass the knowledge, expertise, educate, train. Those are, you know, and today, I can say today, they are in their own first start of line of being within an NRC. Addiction is a treatment, it's a disease that needs to be treated. But unfortunately, with time, those people who work on the addiction science, they need to be treated from their addict to their own work, because we love our work. The difference between any individual working in that field, if you love it, you will be doing much more better in it. You will be succeeding in it. Today, I'm seeing a lot of awards, so hopefully, inshallah, by the next coming years, I'm challenging my team within the NRC. We need to be somewhere in on that awards. And please feel free, the NRC is one of your organization that's interested in knowledge, learning, interested in dissemination of knowledge and expertise all over the world. We are part of you and you are part of us. So we'll be more than happy to collaborate with everybody to learn from and to share experience. Thank you all. Thanks a lot for coming to the United Arab Emirates, to Abu Dhabi. Thank you.
I'm sorry to do this to you just as you get to your seat, Dr. Hamad, but could you and Melody please return to the podium to hand over to next year's event?
We are to hand off the hard work of producing a conference, of speaking the same language, of creating programs, educating. It is a difficult task, but so worth it at the end. And we would like to hand it over to our friends from Argentina, the Argentina ISIP chapter, Mr. Roberto Ascar Camre Cane. So with that, I hand over the responsibility saying, Dr. Hamad and I say, we have a sigh of relief. It is yours now. Okay, thank you. Would you like to?
Thank you. We are waiting for you in Argentina next year. Thank you very much.
So the challenge is we need the 2,000 who attended the UAE ISSUP meeting to be in Argentina next year. That's the challenge. We need you to double that line, that number.
Yeah. Are we dismissed? Yes, you're dismissed. So this brings us to the end of our event. I want to just endorse the thanks that our colleagues on stage have issued to you all today. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Good luck in your work as you move forwards, and safe travels home.